Have you ever been told, keep pushing, keep smiling no matter what? In musical theater, the journey is so demanding physically and emotionally. You're balancing auditions, submissions, rehearsals, other support jobs, and income at the same time. And you're also trying to balance a normal life. But sometimes all of that pushing can take its toll. Most people think musical theater is just about singing, dancing, and acting. But it is so much more. And with the way that everything has shifted to online submissions, virtual auditions, and some jobs even being cast from this, not even going into the room, that requires another level of emotional energy that we have to put in. And we do it for a reason. We do it because we care. But our job does take a thick skin, even though we are some of the most sensitive and emotionally driven human beings that are out there. Our job is to use our raw emotions in a safe way to tell a story, to have someone emotionally connect to what we do on stage. And navigating that in the long term is something that not many people talk about and something we're not really even taught in our training. Once you leave that stage, you are reminded over and over again in this career that most of the work we do is not on stage. Most of the work that we do is auditioning, submitting, and hearing no's, hearing rejection, or hearing nothing with the way that we are submitting on the daily. Finding a way to not take that rejection personally is not easy. What do I need to train more in right now? What am I being seen for? And how can I shift my materials to align with that a little bit better? What do I need in my life right now to help me keep going? That's the part of the career that takes the most emotional toll on us. And it is a hard balance because we do have to remind ourselves that we have to protect ourselves, not just emotionally, but also physically. What we do is physically demanding, even tapes, having a request for tapes and getting it done within a couple of days, along with everything else that you're already doing to survive, or as I like to call it, to thrive. That can really be a hard balance to navigate in this life. Whether it's taking time to journal or reflect on why you are doing what you do, why you are in this industry, to connect with other people in this community that are in the same path that you were on, that understand where you're coming from. Being in the arts, and especially in musical theater, requires us to not just act, but to sing, to dance, to move, maybe if you're a musician, to play, and all of those elements of talent that we put in are so emotionally driven that it can often wear and tear on your soul and make you want to quit. Sometimes it may be time for you, if that is your decision, not what anyone else says, not what you think society wants you to do, not what your parents want you to do, not what your partner wants you to do, not what you think anyone else in the industry wants you to do. But if you decide that it's time for you to take a break, absolutely. But if you're sitting there going, I'm just worried that I'm not good enough, I'm worried that I'm a failure, I'm worried that I'm never going to book anything again, I want you to sit down and I want you to ask yourself these next questions. Why do you do what you do? What is your purpose in this industry? What initially led you to wanting to do musical theater as a career? What thrill do you get when you are on stage? When the journey gets really tough, it's always helpful to look back. Where did you come from? What initially presented you the idea of saying, oh, I'm going to sing, dance, and act on stage? Like, where did that come from? What was it? And this could be something that happened to you as a child, or it could be something that happened to you as an adult. It's just a factor of where you came from that propels you and drives you to want to actually do this as a career, as an opportunity, as a chapter in your life. Musical theater is filled with highs and lows, rejections and opportunities, triumphs and struggles, passion and disappointment. But while it can be emotionally draining, it can also be rewarding as long as it is making you as a human being happy, and that you are not going to regret spending the time that you are spending in this industry. The biggest regret that I hear from people as they've gotten older in life is, I wish I had kept going in musical theater. I wish I had tried. I wish I hadn't let what that one mentor said to me keep me from following my passion. I wish I had just given myself a chance. I would have loved to have seen what had happened. That dream is worth fighting for. But a dream is only achievable when you put actionable steps in place and take those steps one by one to move forward. Your dream is worth fighting for. I've been in this industry for almost 30 years. My entire life and career has been in this industry. I have an MFA in musical theater. I've been a professor, an educator, a coach, and a performer. Feels helpful for you? Let me know in the comments. Give me a thumbs up and a like. And don't forget, if this was very beneficial for you, subscribe to this channel so that you can get my videos every single week, free, right here on the YouTube. And I'll see you in the next video.